welcome back to A to B's Books. I'm Ryan, and today we will be doing another weekly recap where I talk about everything that I've been reading, watching, new releases hitting the shelves, book to screen adaptations, and anything else happening in the bookish space. So if that's interesting to you, keep watching. First, we're going to start off with what I have been reading and what I have been watching. So I finished, finally, Rebecca. I ended up rating it 4 stars, which is a shock to you and I. It wasn't my favorite, but when I put it through Cawpile, because the writing, the atmosphere, the characters were so strong, and then I had like a few mid-tier when it came to logic, plot, and my only really low score was enjoyment. So, I think what's great about Cawpile is when you can acknowledge that it was a good book, it just wasn't for you. And I ended up watching the movie adaptation, the most recent one on Netflix. I think it came out, 2021, 2022. And there were things that I thought the movie did better, like way better was the literal suspense and kind of that like haunting nature that runs throughout the entire book. It was more palpable in movie format, go figure. But then some of the things that they changed, particularly with the character of Mrs. Danvers, were kind of frustrating. And I watched it with Matt, and he couldn't understand a lot of the reasoning behind some of the things that the characters were doing, which I completely agree, and was part of like my frustration in the book as well. So I guess it felt good to have a bit of validation. And then another book that I recently started was I'll Be Home for Christmas by Jenny Bayless. It is my book club book pick. And I'm 18% of the way through so far, really enjoying it. I think it is so cozy being in Scotland. The atmosphere that they are creating is awesome. I love the dynamic of her family. And we read a Jenny Bayless book 2 years ago around this time for our book club, and we all really enjoyed it. So I do actually have really high hopes for this. So this is what I'll be picking up for the most part. Adding to my TBR, which I will be picking up on audiobook, is Sense and Sensibility. I bought the copy that is read by Rosamund Pike through Audible. I had a credit, so I thought it'd be perfect. So that way I can listen while I'm driving, but also do a tandem and like full immersion reading, which I think will be helpful given how different the language is compared to like today's modern language. So I have hopes that that will help me go quicker, because usually those books slow me down quite a bit. And I only have so much time, and I have high hopes for this month. I have 4 Christmas books that I want to read, and then I need to finish 3 books to complete my bingo. So I've got 7 books I need to finish. Wish me luck, please. 2 books that are new to shelves this week that I want to highlight that will be coming out on December 9th, which is a Tuesday. The first is Tailored Realities by Brandon Sanderson. I'm not a fan of Brandon Sanderson. I feel like that kind of rhymes. I've never tried to read him before. He's a pretty intimidating author to get into. And I've like even seen TikToks where he tells you like the best way to jump into a series. I just haven't had the balls yet, to be honest. But anyways, this book is a collection of short fiction, including a new novella from the Skyward and Reckoners worlds. So I think it's fun, but I have an opinion. So the second book is Better in Black by Cassandra Clare, which is 10 original love stories featuring fan favorite couples from the Shadowhunter Chronicles. So I just find it very interesting that 2 fantasy authors are coming out with short story books at Christmas time. It seems a little convenient, like they're trying to get into your wallets. I hope that they turn out really good. I just hope that it's genuinely these 2 authors just experimenting with different formats and they had the creativity to do these sorts of things versus coming out with something because their publishers told them to. I don't know. So I'll be curious, and I think I will follow to see how they're received. So hopefully I'm proved wrong. Maybe I'm just being far too skeptical. And then for book to screen adaptations, which I got it right this week, completely first try, is a really fun movie. It's called Oh, What Fun, and it stars Michelle Pfeiffer, and it comes out December 3rd. So the day that this video comes out, it's a Wednesday. And it's about a mom who is left behind at Christmas. I kind of Home Alone style, like in the trailer, it even looks like Home Alone. But I don't think they've left on a trip. I think they just leave her for like a day out or something. So she goes on an impromptu holiday adventure that forces her family to come and find her. And this movie is inspired by a short story by Chandler Baker. When I first saw the trailer, before I knew it was based off of a book, it just seemed kind of silly goofy, but I was down. I do really like Michelle Pfeiffer. And then the more I read the synopsis of the book, I think it'll have a bit more heart to it than the movie trailer depicted. So it made me kind of want to go like actually reach out and watch it. I believe it's on one of the streaming services. I'll include that here. But yeah, that's what's hitting screens this week. And that's all I have for you this week. I am doing Vlogmas where I'll be posting one video a week, kind of encapsulating everything that I've been doing Christmassy wise. Check that out. It'll be coming out every single Thursday. And I appreciate you watching to the end. Have a great week. Goodbye.